Hi there YouTube, Extreme Trains here. So in this video we're taking a look at the last of the releases from the end of 2024 in the Bachmann N-Scale line, being Emily's coaches. Now, having seen some reviews online, similar to Emily, there is some controversy about how these have been designed, and particularly whether or not the reuse of the Annie and Clarabelle chassis, or particularly bodywork I should say, is appropriate given what we're dealing with. I'm very excited to have a look at these for myself and have a bit of a discussion about it, particularly in light of the Australian pricing for these items, which we will get to later in the video. So, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. Okay, we have, upside down, both of Emily's coaches here. Again, similar boxes. Emily's coach, Emily's brake coach. Yeah, it's all the same stuff we've seen before on the previous versions of rolling stock. So let's crack these open and take a look. Okay, you can see both the brake coach and the standing coach down in front of me. So let's look at them first. Now, let's address the controversy head on. These use the same chassis as Annie and Clarabelle. And when I say chassis, body as an in Clarabelle, obviously with no faces, but otherwise it is the same body. Now, I actually didn't know this until I saw other reviews that talked about how, the stripe detailing is not right and the spacing of the windows is not correct. And apparently this is also what Bachmann did for its HO scale version of Emily's coaches. I'm not sure if it did the same for its G scale ones, if they exist. But the fact that I didn't notice this until I saw it in other reviews is exactly why, to me, I don't actually care at all that they have done this. Perhaps it's not perfect 100% accurate, but again, none of these models really are 100% accurate. And so in my mind, I actually put it this way. My preference is always going to be to get more rolling stock, more engines, more characters, more rolling stock, that I can just purchase off the shelf from the show rather than have less rolling stock but have it be more accurate. So particularly for example, Emily's coaches, I'd much rather have them be produced but have them with a mold repeat from Annie and Clarabelle than not have them at all. So that out of the way, I think these, all that aside, look fantastic. I love the detailing. They've clearly got a new roof. I love the triple axle design here. It looks fantastic. Again, the details you can kind of see through there. Very fine looking, very professional looking, very, very much like it. Come around to the bottom. That's what it looks like. And again, you can see they've actually got blind wheels on the middle, which means they don't have a flange on them, which will allow them to go around curves, which is great. And we've even got, for example, the white printed on those wheels. I think they look great. One thing I noticed immediately when I got this one out of the packaging is that this coupling is not sitting straight. Whether that's going to cause issues for running, we will find out. But otherwise, I think this is a fantastic looking coach. And the brake coach, again, is the same, except you can see here that we've got some of the windows filled in. Otherwise, as far as I can tell, apologies for the focus not focusing, it is the same design otherwise. It's got all the same detailing. It's just those details have been filled in with white. And again, is it the most accurate ever? No, probably not. Do I care? Not one bit. So, as I said, I don't want to diminish people's concerns about these details. I totally get it. And when I talk about the price, I do have some concerns about this behavior. But in terms of picking this up, does it look like Emily's coach from the show? In my view, this is so damn close and looks so damn good in every other way that I really don't care that there's some small inaccuracies. And by all means, I may be more concerned in other forums. I don't want to say that I don't care about these details as a general principle, but for these models particularly, I think they look so nice otherwise. Look at that I really don't mind. So as you would have seen, if you have watched my Emily review, I did couple these up to her when I was running her because they looked so good, and these run fantastic. So I'm just we're going to cut to the chase. Go watch the Emily review if you want to see what these look like when they are running. But the answer is they look fantastic. There's no problems with them on any parts of my layout. And I suspect, again, that's because it's got the blind middle axle, which I think is a fantastic idea. Very, very smooth runners. Works very, very well. No problems going around the tight curves. Looks fantastic. So in my view, these are a thumbs up. I think they're great models. I think they look so good with Emily. Are they 100% accurate? No. Does that change my opinion of them? No. With the asterisk that these are the most expensive pieces of rolling stock in the Thomas and Friends line to date. These are 67 Australian dollars each. That is about $20 more per coach than Annie and Clarabelle when they were released. Annie and Clarabelle released, a couple years ago, inflation, etc. I get it. But the problem is that Bachmann used modeling and tooling they already owned, presumably to reduce the price of production. And yet, they're not charging like they have managed to reduce the price of production. So I think this is where I have a concern about the reuse of the Annie and Clarabelle bodies. If these were priced the same as Annie and Clarabelle, no problems. If they were priced, maybe $5 more to account for the fact that we do have extra plastic in the chassis and we've got this extra set of wheels. Sure. $10 more. Pushing it, fine. Almost 20, more than 20 actually, in fact, dollars more. The math is not mathing for me, and that makes these very, very expensive coaches to pick up. So while again, similar to my comments with most of the Bachmann lines, but again, particularly with Emily and Gordon and these two, Bachmann, if you're going to charge these prices, you have to get it right. And these are not right. They're very, very close. They look fantastic and they work very well, but they're not right. And so you either have to start charging less to reflect the fact that this is using some reused tooling, it's not exactly 100% accurate, etc., whatever, or you need to invest in the proper tooling to make these worth it. And to be frank, even if they did do that, I still don't think this is necessarily worth $67, given that Annie and Clarabelle were about that $40, $45 mark when they were released. And that was expensive for what they were. So yeah, I think there's a pricing issue here with Bachmann. Again, people say to me, oh, well, don't worry about it. You get it, you never pay full price for Bachmann, but in Australia we do. So that is what it is. So I think this, again, is a situation with some of the most recent Bachmann releases. I think the pricing is not aligning to what you actually get and the quality of the items you're getting. And so if you can't make your peace with that, you're not going to be happy. If you can, I think you'll find these are great little items that go very well in your collection. But please let me know your comments down below. Otherwise, that's all we've got time for. This is Extreme Trains.